Hello and welcome to day 5 of our 30 days of yoga challenge. My name is Kim with Lotus Within Yoga. Today our series is going to be a nice quick little hip opener. Today's intention, our affirmation is I choose positivity. Now, sometimes I know that that's kind of difficult because life throws things at us all the time. But depending on how you approach whatever's going on in your life, you can choose to see the negative side or you can choose to see a positive, even at the darkest of times. So today, let's try and be positive as we try and open up our hips. Um, Sometimes that can get us a little bit into our emotions, so just be gentle with yourself. There's going to be no props for this, and let's get started. So we'll just start right away in a nice little butterfly fold. So we're going to go sitting on our mats with our feet touching, knees wide. Your feet can go as far away or as close to the body as you'd like, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then simply we're just going to start to crawl our hands forward, coming into a forward fold. Now, everyone's going to be a little bit different when we come into this forward fold. I don't want to be pulling and forcing myself into this fold, but we really want to be listening to what our low back is telling us in this posture. If you're finding any sort of tension in your low back, coming out, straightening the spine and leaning with your chest, seeing how that feels, or maybe just a nice rounded spine feels really good. Either way, make sure that you're listening to the signs that your body is trying to tell you. And just having a few breaths here as we get into the pose. Today, I choose positivity. I choose to be positive. 2 more breaths in this forward fold. Excellent. So using your hands, you can start to support yourself as you bring your body back up. Now you guys can stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to move so you can see, and I don't have space behind me. We're going to come into a wider forward fold from here. So taking your feet as wide as feels comfortable for you. First, sitting up nice and straight, feeling both seat bones down towards the mat. And when you're ready, again, leading with the chest, nice straight spine, walking the hands forward and only coming as far as feels comfortable for you, which doesn't have to be very far. I know for me personally, I don't go very far, especially if I'm practicing at the very beginning of my day. So just meeting yourself wherever you are on your mat. Our bodies are flexible some days and a little on the less some days. So just choosing to be gentle, ensuring those toes are pointed up towards the sky. And of course, there can always be a slight bend in your knees. They don't have to be stick straight. Support them if they're asking for it. You can always use a rolled up towel or cloth underneath just as a little support. And breathe. Full inhales, full exhale. And 2 more breaths right here. Using your hands to help support you, you can start to walk the body in. And take your hands to the back of the knees, bring yourself forward, and we're going to meet in all fours. Okay, so from all fours, we're going to take our right foot and step it up in between our hands, and we're going to come up into that nice low lunge. So before we really press and go anywhere into our low lunge, we're going to set up a proper foundation, ensuring that our legs are about hip width apart. And before we lunge forward, we really want to take that tailbone, point it down to the ground, knees above the ankle on your right side, and then you can start to press forward. And if you find that your knee is pressing forward past your toes, walk that foot out just a little bit more. I'm feeling a nice stretch and opening through the front side of the left hip. And breathing. Today I choose to be positive. Maybe rolling those shoulders back and down the body. Noticing if any tension is starting to climb into your face by clenching your jaw. And 2 more breaths right here. Excellent. You can go ahead and take your hands down to the floor, and we're going to press into the right foot as we bring our hips up and back, peeling the toes off the mat into this nice half splits. Again, setting ourselves up to have a good foundation before we rush into any sort of posture, ensuring your hips stay nice and level and that you're not kicking one hip out to the side. And then with a nice flat back, you can start to fold down your right leg, really feeling the peeling of your toes back towards your body. And of course, that knee doesn't have to be stick straight. A slight bend in the knee to protect it is absolutely fine. And breathe. One more deep breath here in this half split hamstring stretch. Excellent. You can start to bend back into that leg, coming back to all fours. Take yourself through a couple cat-cows, seeing how your spine feels. Inhaling as you drop the belly, tailbone and chest rise. And exhale as you press into the mat, arching your back. And just taking a few at your own pace. Excellent. And whenever you're ready, we're going to go ahead and do that on the other side, sorry. We're going to take our left foot, stepping it in between the feet, setting ourselves up for that low lunge on the other side. Again, taking our time up, setting up a nice foundation. Noticing where the knee is above the ankle, slightly coming out just enough to take that tailbone, shine it down to the ground, and then start to press forward. Hips stay nice and even. You're almost kind of thinking of pressing your right hip forward as you're drawing your left hip back. Knowing that you have nothing to prove. And showing yourself a little bit of gratitude for showing up to your mat today. And if you are following along to the challenge, showing yourself some gratitude that you've made it to day 5. 2 more deep breaths right here. And bring the hands back down to frame the left foot. As we press in, hips go up and back into our half splits. Maybe bringing that left leg forward. I know I personally have to, but my hips are staying above my knee. Maybe a slight bend in that left leg. Toes peel towards the face as you fold over the leg. Nice, juicy hamstring stretch. I don't know anyone who couldn't benefit from more hamstring opening stretches and even just strengthening of that muscle. Noticing your breath. You're holding your breath, coming out of the posture just a little bit. You've gone too far, and that's your body's way of telling you. One more big breath here. You can start to bend back through that left knee, coming back to all fours. Let's take it to a nice child's pose as we take our knees nice and wide, toes meet at the back of the mat, hips coming back, and the hands reaching forward. The wider you take your knees, the deeper you'll feel this stretch. And you really want to think of your hands pulling you forward as your tailbone reaches to the back of the mat. Shoulders are not, climbing up towards your ears by any means, keeping those rolled back and down. A nice long spine. Noticing how you're feeling in those hips. Today, I choose positivity. I find myself saying that. I'm here in Canada and it's January, so I think we can all agree we need to find a little bit of positivity. These long, dark, dark, dark nights. Beautiful. You can start to press into your hands as you come back up, finding a nice little seat, whether that's cross-legged, on your knees, whatever. We'll find our hands at prayer in the center of our chest, just taking a moment to send ourselves a little bit of gratitude. Thank you for showing up for yourself, showing up here as a community. I am grateful for you. And thank you for sending a little love to those hips. We all could benefit from a little bit of a hip opener. Thank you so much for making it here till day 5 of our 30 days of yoga. Meet me again here tomorrow, and we'll be working on day 6. Thank you.